Remember, Canada switched off the truckers' accounts, froze their bank accounts. Well, there's a bill that's come in called Bill C-8 about cybersecurity, and things are about to get a whole lot worse. Now, this next clip is a couple of minutes long, but watch it. It's worthwhile. You need your attention on this.
Now on to the present bill. I am concerned, as I say, by the following sections. 15.1 and 15.2 give the minister the unprecedented, incredible power to kick any private Canadian citizen off the internet, to cut off their phone line, to turn off their cell phone. That is the plain language summary, but I will quote now the bill in its legalese. If there is reasonable grounds to believe that it is necessary to do so to secure the Canadian telecommunication system against any threat, the minister may prohibit a telecommunication service provider from providing any service to the specified person. Now, perhaps this might make sense to do in an extreme circumstance if a person is trying to cause our satellites to crash or to jam military radar. But this section does not use language about extreme threats of physical damage or threats to national security. It says any threat. And as far as I can tell, given the Liberals' incautious and bombastic use of terms like misinformation, that being any information they don't like, or existential threat, for instance, the member from Milton called the leader of my party an existential threat to our democracy, which is, of course, bananas. So given their incautious and bombastic use of these phrases, it seems to me that the industry minister could deem any speech she doesn't like any threat, and then kick that person off the internet. This section reaches Chinese Communist Party levels of government overreach, and they should be ashamed of themselves. The bill gets worse, it does not get better, Mr. Speaker. 15.2, Clause 5, gives the minister the ability to make her decision to kick someone off the internet. Secret. So imagine that. You've annoyed the Liberal Party overlords, and they've decided to kick you off the internet and cut your phone line. You can't tell anyone that you've been cut off. I have no idea how this could even possibly be enforced, but imagine being put effectively in a digital gulag, unable to use the phone or the internet or your online banking, and if you tell anyone that this happened, you could go to physical jail. I do not doubt that the Liberals will stand and say that I'm being somehow outlandish in my interpretation of this. I am not. It is there in black and white. Let me quote it for them. It seems like they haven't read it. 15.2, Clause 5. An order made under subsection 1 or 2 may include a provision prohibiting the disclosure of its existence, or some or all of its content, by any person. And if you aren't inclined to believe me, please just Google it.
See, there's been a number of us, certainly post-2020, who have been warning about such things. And of course, these things only tend to get attention when they actually happen, when it actually starts to happen. But in this instance, you may not hear much about it. Why? Because people are going to be switched off potentially, allegedly switched off, and won't even be able to communicate that that has happened. That's how deep-rooted that this can go. And this, of course, is related to Canada, but people who are warning you about these sort of things will also tell you that this is coming pretty much everywhere. Everywhere that there's talk of things like the digital IDs, like here in the UK, it's coming in regards to a level of censorship for so many countries, a level of censorship that's never been seen before, the likes of which already exists in places like China. That's the blueprint. And this, well, this is just that, another step towards it. And we didn't want to be right. We don't want this to be right or accurate. But we also didn't want a lot of other things to be right and accurate that turned out to be the case previously too. Ta-ta.